Are you keeping track of what's going on in college football?
With what? I don't know. NIL?
They just changed the playoff formats in the offseason now, I guess. The SEC and the Big Ten have gone full steam ahead with a plan to have a 16-team playoff this year that features 4 automatic qualifiers for the SEC and the Big Ten. And then there's like a 4-4-2-2-1-1-1. Like there's a first 4.
Wait, so there's 2 qualifiers for the Big Ten, 2 for SEC?
4.
4
each.
for each?
Yes.
So half the playoff will be from those 2 conferences?
Yeah, unless they expanded beyond 16. I think it's 16. Yeah. And so they keep saying, well, that's what we've been averaging. But it just completely kills the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. And it'd just be about seeding. So
I think this is for this year.
are they also because I thought I saw a headline where they were going to
2026. This would start in 2026.
I thought I saw a headline where they were going to at least your 4 conference winners wouldn't be guaranteed buys.
They won't be. The reseeding is changing. So, yeah, they would have 14 teams, 4 berths each for the SEC.
So if they could have the top 4 teams all with buys are all SEC teams.
Yeah.
If they were ranked 1 through 4. Although not necessarily because it's just based on the committee's bit, right? They don't even go by rankings.
So the way they want to do it right now is that the 13 through 16 would play the weekend after Army-Navy. 13, 16, 14, 15. And now we have our bracket. It's really, really confusing and frustrating because it occurred to me that the reason that they're having to do this is because they're trying to maximize revenue at like an insane private equity level. And the reason that they're going to have to do that is because we always thought like, man, college football is making a lot of money. They should pay the players. But then when it came time to start paying the players, they were never just going to keep making the same amount of money. They had to make more money, especially now because they're about to have to start directly paying the players. So while we all thought, man, they're making a lot of money, they should pay the players. They thought, well, if the players are getting paid, we have to figure out how to make more money. And in the process, we're going to ruin the sport. We're going to completely ruin the sport by destroying everything that's made it kind of cool. And I'm not trying to be like old man here. I don't mind realignment, but this is weird. It's just not.
But you've already kind of destroyed it with the realignment.
Yeah, now I guess just let's keep going.
If you have
nobody wants
USC
this,
in the
though.
Pac-10, or excuse me, in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
and they're playing Michigan and Illinois and whatever.
I mean, for some reason, it still seems like fine to me that USC is playing Michigan and Ohio State. It's like they're blue bloods. But do you remember how much people hated the BCS? It was horrible. Like they finally kind of got something halfway right. Now they're just, this is a very weird idea.
How many teams were in the playoff last year? Just 4?
No, 12. And now there's going to be 16.
Wait, we went from 4 to 12, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're just bumping it right up to 16.
Yeah. So those first 4 will play, and then they'll go into a 6-game bracket on the second weekend, and then there will be 2 teams that have double buys. But I don't. It's just weird.
Is this because Alabama hasn't made the playoff the last 2 years?
they gotta figure it out. I don't know.
I mean, seriously, like this improves the chance that you get a blue blood deeper in the playoffs. It's where it has to stem.
Yeah.
You're able to appease any smaller schools that end up with really good records. You at least get them in the playoff.
Yeah, but that's going to be super tough. I mean, okay, Stuart Mandel wrote about it today. Last season, this would have been in the playoff, the first weekend, Miami, number 13, versus Clemson, number 16, and Ole Miss, number 14, versus South Florida, number 15. As he said, this used to be known as the Outback Bowl.
Yeah, it's too much.
It's not the playoff. Really weird. I think there's a lot going on in college athletics. and then it just shows up like, oh, this is done. They did this. It's over.
In a way, will this also expose certain teams or coaches or whatever that were? If you can kind of stay in the Big 12 for years and you're always kind of competitive among the top, like that looks good for you. Is this going to hurt Oklahoma now? Is this going to hurt USC and UCLA? Just if you're in these big conferences.
Well, the reason I don't think it'll hurt you is because if all you have to do is get into the top 4, you win a few big games and you can get that. And then if you're a talented enough team to finish in the top 4 in the SEC or the Big Ten, you can roll the dice in a 16-team format and probably expect to be making it to the Final Four every few years. But, the whole thing's a mess. The portal, and I don't know. That stuff is all weird. This one bothers me. Like, it actually bothers me to think of this being how they award a college football champion.
Because it's going to get to the point where the SEC and the Big Ten or whatever will be their own league.
Yeah.
And with their own playoffs and with their own champion. And then the rest of the group of 5 will have their, and it's.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? I mean, they are their own league.
I mean, they're going to have their own playoffs and
playoff.
championship, and it's.
Oh, just the SEC and Big Ten will.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it's headed.